Good morning. Welcome back to our Tuesday talks with Randy the lender and Iris, your Colorado real estate agent. And every Tuesday we do these talks. If you're new here, it's your first time, and we just talk about different neighborhoods. We do a deep dive. We try to focus on neighborhoods that are close to like military bases. Um, we work with a lot of VA buyers, and so we just want to make sure that we're making content that you actually like and that is actually helpful for you. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to stick those in the chat, and we will get on those. We try and go over the weather, the cost of living, the days on market in these areas, what types of homes you can get in certain areas, the jobs. So we have a fun list for you. And this is just to help you relocate to the area. Um, and so today we're going to be talking about Cathedral Pines, and we'll go over that neighborhood here in a second. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning. Yeah, before we do our deep dive into the neighborhood, I just wanted to give a quick market update with what's going on with mortgages. That's a popular question every table I'm around, every time I go somewhere. Everyone wants to know what's going on with the rates. So, right now, they have not changed. They're not lower. They're still, I would say, probably you're looking in the sixes ish, somewhere in there, kind of depending on credit. But we're still not they're still not dropping, they're not going down, and I think that they might stay this way here for just a little bit longer. So just wanted to give that quick update for anyone who was wondering.
Yeah, a lot of people keep thinking that the every time the Fed cuts, which is typical, right? Normally when the Fed cuts, then mortgage rates go down. Why is that not happening? Why is it staying up? It
Well,
went up.
yeah, sometimes the Fed cut rate doesn't always correlate with mortgage rates, and then a lot of times banks and mortgage companies already anticipate that there's going to be maybe a little bit of a drop, so they start pricing that in before it's actually announced. But it's yeah, they're not changing, and I don't everything that I've been told and everything that I'm reading and everything that in every meeting I'm in, we they're not going to go down here significantly anytime soon. So just yeah, you're just gonna have to, you might, if you're waiting for those fours, you might be waiting for a really, really long time if we ever get back down to there.
Yeah, I was reading some stuff that, with Trump, like being in office, everyone has a different opinion. Some say, the market's going to get better because he's in office, but others are saying that inflation is going to go up, foreclosures are going to go up, which doesn't correlate. Like if
Yeah,
foreclosures are
and
going up, then
I mean, and a lot of people are waiting for some sort of housing crisis and a crash to happen, but there's no reports that are showing that that's going to happen. There's still demand. Right now, it was a little bit slower just because people were hesitant to buy because I think they were waiting to see what was going to
mhm.
happen. People are hoping that rates are going to go down, but there's still demand. People still need to buy and sell. People are still relocating here. We're a huge military. So, especially here in Colorado Springs and surrounding areas, there's still our market is still moving. So I don't see it crashing anytime soon. And then like we've said before, when rates do finally start coming down, that's when purchase prices are going to start going up, because then there'll be more people out there willing to buy, and there you could run into the bidding wars and then overpaying for homes. So it's just always get what you can afford when you need a home.
Yeah. Um so I actually just read an article from realtor.com saying that the median home price in Colorado Springs is going to be $1 million
A
within 10
million
years.
dollars?
That's what they
Holy
said.
smokes.
So the economists got together and they did like the top 10 cities that are going to just boom over the next 5 or 10 years. So they were saying, I think, and I'll link this. I'm actually going to make a video about this. So make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. But um yeah, so in 5 years they're saying it was going to be over $700,000 for the median home price, which
Wow.
seems like a bit of a stretch. I, you know,
Well,
I I saw that
especially,
COVID escalated like what
yeah.
2 3x, but that's a lot. that seems a little
That
excessive.
is a lot. That's crazy. And it's just, I mean, for us being locals here, I mean, I've born and raised here, and just to see the growth and see how much things are, I mean, I can't even believe it sometimes.
Yeah. It makes you just wanna buy more houses, like, "Oh my
I know.
god."
I'm like, you better just get in while you can, because what's gonna happen? I don't know. That's crazy. I feel fortunate that I already have.
Mhm.
I purchased already.
Yeah, well, it makes me regret selling anything ever.
Yeah, me too. My little townhome, the first one that I ever got, I bought it for like $56,000, and then I saw it was this little 2 bedroom, 1 bath, not very nice place, and it recently sold, I think, for like 230. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Well, oh
I
well. I
can't
was
even
young and
imagine.
I couldn't do it. So
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope that rates go down, but I guess if there's still like, let me see how many listings there were today, because I like to make to look and see, because we had like 4,200 new listings, um, which was like the most we had since 2014. Like we've not seen numbers like that, and that was probably about like a 3,000, maybe 3,000 increase. So today it's 3,873, and that's not just Colorado Springs. It's like the whole Pikes Peak region, and sometimes people from Pueblo they'll put their listings in here too. So it's not like 100% accurate as far as how many are here,
hmm.
but it's a pretty close. It's way more than we've had in a very long time, like probably years.
Wow.
So, but even still, so we were talking about this that the average home price is going up because the only people that are buying are the ones that are in that higher um, bracket. So all the like average home price, that median 450 area, no one's buying those homes, and so they're just kind of piling up and stacking up.
Wow, which is
So
kind of crazy because usually it's those homes that go first.
yeah,
Wow, it's
so it'll
interesting.
be interesting to see come January like what we're doing.
I know. I can't wait to find out.
So I'll share my screen. We're going to look at the map of Cathedral Pines. I really like this neighborhood, but because it's around a lot of trees, you're going to get a lot. The insurance is going to be ridiculous. Have
Hmm.
you seen quotes in this area for insurance?
I haven't, but I used to live out there. So I didn't live
I
in
used to live
Cathedral Pines.
everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't live in Cathedral Pines, but I lived right across the street. So when they were starting to build, and it is really expensive. There was a fire. How many years ago was that out there?
I don't
I
know.
can't
They
remember.
blend. It's been a few years.
Yeah, it's been a few years, and the quotes went up quite a bit, and also a lot of insurance companies weren't even insuring out there. So it's not impossible, but it is a little bit more pricey. But um, as long as you keep it mitigated and keep the trees, cleaned up, and keep the pine needles up, you're in better shape. But it's a really nice area, and the lots you get are huge. The homes are beautiful, and then
Yeah.
with the trees and everything, you do get a lot of privacy. So I guess it's kind of, I don't know, you have to give and take with some things.
Yeah. Yeah. So after the Black Forest fire, the HOA out there got together and they decided to build like a, because what happened was the nearest water source was so far away that it took them too long, and that's why so many houses burned down. Had they had a closer water source, then they could have saved a lot more houses. So that's been fixed. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of trees, and then of course if you have it mitigated properly, um, then cutting the trees back, what is it, 3 feet?
I
Most
can't
people are
remember
saying
the
at
exact
least three
amount, but
feet
yeah,
3 to 6 feet.
and also making sure you clean up all the pine needles and leaves and stuff. That's huge.
Yeah, because look, I mean, look at how many trees are out
It
here.
is it is a beautiful area, and I will say one of the things that drove me crazy about living out there, back then, it was it felt like it was more secluded because it was probably it's like 15 20 minutes away from Falcon Payton area, which is the nearest town city ish over there. And since then they've really grown Peyton and Falcon. So there's a lot more restaurants, there's things to do, the grocery stores. Because when I lived out there, there wasn't really anything to
Mm,
do. So if you wanted to do taco night and you forgot cheese, you just weren't going to go back and get it because
yeah.
everything was too far. So it is nicer now that you're closer to a lot more amenities out there. And then I do know for people that are stationed at like Schriever and Peterson, it's pretty quick to get there, living out east because you just hop on the Highway 24. So it's pretty convenient for, I know a lot of people stationed there live in areas like this.
Yeah. So from this is 24 here, and then Schriever is somewhere down here, right there. So it's not
Yeah.
super far. I mean, it's still a little bit different a distance, but people that relocate, I'm noticing that they don't, uh, especially coming to the Springs, they know it's a bigger city.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm happy with a 20-30 minute drive, and I was like, well, good for you. Like I'm still,
Yeah, well, because we're like we were saying earlier, we're natives, and I'm used to everything being 15 minutes away at most.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, not very many cars on the road. I remember
Yeah,
like the first time I had to like think about switching lanes because usually you
yeah,
just like switch lanes. But I remember the first time I like almost got hit because I was just, I mean, people are just flying, they're driving way too fast. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really have to like plan my trip. Like I'm gonna stay, and
yeah.
that's why I'm like, I wasn't always that person that stayed in the right lane, like because I have to turn, but I am now because I got hit one time and
Oh
that's not
no.
fun. It's
Yeah,
bad.
it's definitely different.
Yeah, so just a little bit west of Black Forest. And then here's Flying Horse, that new neighborhood with all the custom built homes. So it's a very, gorgeous high end neighborhood. Um, let's see if we can
Yeah, the
find a
houses are
better.
beautiful in there.
Yeah. Some of these are like right off this road. It's not as busy as like a major road, but it is getting a little bit busier. So it's nice to be kind of like where this house is like tucked behind. So if you can find, I mean, houses in this area don't come up very often. So Vesey is a popular
Yeah, and
road
they've
here.
really built up the area. There's a lot more out there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look at that house. It's gorgeous. I
Yeah, see, and
mean,
what I was saying, like with the trees, you have the more of the privacy. So I really like it, and then it's nice too. Um, so I guess I could jump into the weather. In the summer, it's nice because you don't have to use as much like AC because you're tucked away. So your home stays a little cooler. But then on the flip side, in the winter, it gets pretty snowy out there, and you definitely need to have a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive for sure to get out, especially
yeah,
if you commute into the city every day.
yeah, because this is not going to be like a priority when it's super snowy. Although it doesn't snow as often as people think, but then
Yeah.
also it stays on the ground a lot longer too.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job of keeping the main roads out there clear when it snows, but sometimes, I mean, it gets deep, and yeah, if like I said, if you commute or you don't work from home, you'll definitely need to have a vehicle that you can get in and out.
I just like how far apart the neighbors are.
Me
They have to
too.
be on top of each other.
And if
Uh,
you're a fan of wildlife, there's wild turkeys there all the time.
yeah.
And deer everywhere. Deer and turkeys.
Yeah, anywhere there's trees. So here's like you can get more of an aerial view. This one is a 7 bedroom for 2 million. I mean they're
Um,
not all like in the multi-millions. Like although this is land for like 600 grand. That's crazy. I mean, you used to be able to get this. I sound like a broken record, but it's like this used to be like 200 grand. You can build a custom home out there.
yes. So just imagine if the average home price is supposed to jump up to, what'd you say, 700,000 in 5 years? What are these going to jump up to?
I don't know. Well, I
But
mean,
but
the
look how
fact that
gorgeous
you
that
can
is.
get how many acres is this?
Usually, I think a lot of those parcels they're like five
Two and a
acres. Most of
half.
them. Oh, 2.5. Okay.
2.5 acres, a six-bedroom house. I mean, this is like a mansion for 2.7. I mean, I just think about other larger cities like Denver or, I mean, this has a, what is
Is
this
that a
called?
pool?
It looks like a tennis court. Like,
Oh, okay.
what is
Sorry.
that word? Um, Let me see if I can get bigger pictures. I have to zoom in here.
I love the back. Deck of the porch and stuff. Oh,
And
okay, yeah, I see.
I'm not saying that like, 2.7 is nothing to sneeze at, but when you're comparing like other larger cities, we definitely have better luxury homes. You get more money. You can get more square footage and acreage for your property for now.
Ooh,
The only thing about some of these homes, like some of them, if they weren't recently built within the last 10 years or so, they're kind of dated. They've got I mean, this one looks nice, but some of the homes, you do have to get rid of all that oak
yeah.
unless you like it.
I saw somewhere that they said like the more natural woods were gonna start coming back, but I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I like the dark wood.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of the natural woods,
The
but
light
I don't know.
the light wood came for like hot second, and then
Yeah,
I liked it though. I thought it was really pretty. I like bright white kitchens. Like I would probably paint these, like a darker.
yeah. I love my white kitchen a lot. I had a dark kitchen before, and now it's super bright. It makes me happy.
It does. It's about the energy in the room. And I
Yeah,
like this. You can, I mean, this, I just imagine like taking a nice hot bath in the winter time when it's snowing and you just see the snowfall. Some of
yeah,
these
that'd be
have like
nice.
fireplaces um in the bathrooms. I have a friend that lives out in Black Forest and she's just like, "Well, when it snows, you just don't go anywhere." So you really have to have like not, a plan.
Yeah, you do. Like I said, when I lived out there, it was just I had to commute to work every day. And so when it snowed, I would have to leave extra early and I would have to plan to get my car out of the driveway because sometimes it would get snowed in. So luckily, my car's a beast.
Oh wow, look, there's a hot tub facing the
Ooh, oh
mountains.
my gosh, is that Pikes Peak? That would be so beautiful
Mhm.
sitting out there.
So if
It's
I
really
mean,
nice.
like if you're coming from California and you're not used to this, kind of weather, or Florida, we get a lot of people from Florida, Texas, and California. Buy a snowblower because you're going to
Oh yeah,
need that anywhere that you're going to be by the trees. So Broadmoor, Black Forest, Cathedral Pines, Monument, anything by the trees. Buy a snowblower. You will thank me later.
yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
a
We
basketball court. Oh,
we
and a
even.
tennis.
Oh wow, wow, that's nice. Yeah, we actually even had an ATV with a plow on it.
Did you really? You know
Hmm.
what? You probably should. Actually, a friend of
It
mine
was
lives out there and she
it
has
was
one.
really handy and it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a really nice property. How long has
It,
it been sitting for?
let's see. 25 days, not very long.
Okay, not very long. What's the average out there right now?
I'm glad you asked. Let's look
Oh,
at my
sorry, I'm like all invested. I'm like, I have 2.7 million right now.
right.
Just kidding. I wish.
Wow, this is interesting. Um okay, so the average days on market is 62 is the median, 2 months to 3 to sell. Max is 194. Um that's actually not
Well,
bad.
that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good actually.
I remember when these luxury homes used to sit for half the year. I mean, I know that that's a lot, but um, the list to sale price is low, 95%, they're not getting full ask. Y- And this is my thought on that because people don't buy luxury homes as often, obviously, as like your median home price.
Hmm.
And so we're looking at comps that are old. And when the
Yeah.
market shifts so suddenly like that, then you're not getting as much, or the comps just don't show enough data to be like, well, yeah, this is what you should price it, and they're just overpricing them and not adjusting for. And that happens a lot with sellers because it's like the market has changed, but the sellers haven't noticed it yet because their neighbor sold their house for a crazy amount. It's the same floor
Yeah.
plan, and oh, it's snowing.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Um,
over here.
so it's kind of hard to be like, well, my neighbor, it's hard to combat that. And I'm like, yeah, the market can change so quickly. Seems like overnight. So anyway, my rant about that. Yeah, so I mean 1.5, 1.8, you can get I mean these houses are huge though. If you're 5,000 square feet, six, I wonder what this one looks like. That one sold for um 200K less than what they listed it for. But the average square dollar per square foot is still pretty high. But again, you're getting all that acreage and it's a hot neighborhood.
It's very beautiful out there.
Hmm.
I feel like I say that about every neighborhood. I just think that
Well, it is. Colorado
they're all
Springs.
pretty. It's just so pretty here, always. I just came back from Texas, actually, and every time I go somewhere else, I'm like, man, we are spoiled here. No,
Yeah.
I have a gigantic mountain in my face, and don't get that anywhere else. Although it was nice to have warmer weather for a second.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, just if you do your vacation around what, February,
Hmm.
maybe March, then you'll never get sick of Colorado because it does get kind of old. Like, I don't mind the snow, it looks really pretty. But when it's like cold and every single
Yes.
day cloudy,
Yeah. So if you just do a spring vacation, because I feel like a lot of people start feeling like they're done with it after Christmas.
yeah.
And after like the first of the year, everyone's like, okay, we can be done with the winter now.
Yeah,
But
holidays are over,
yeah,
winter should be over.
yeah, but you still have a few more months here.
Now, here's one that's more modern. I wonder if this is the builder. Um, I really like Alliance. That's just kind of like more my like style if I were to have a custom home. They do a really good job with the finishes and everything. Let me see. This one's a little more updated. I think this was in the Parade of Homes.
Ooh, yeah, that one looks really nice.
Yeah, so a little more updated. I don't know about those lights.
Wow, that's a fancy laundry room. Ooh, I love that tub.
Oh yeah.
And that tile's fun too.
Okay, so I need to know, like, are you guys, would you rather have a tub or a bigger closet?
Bigger closet.
I think
What
if
would
I'm
you?
living in a house up here, I'd rather have a tub because
Really? I
you're
can't.
relaxing.
Yeah. I don't want to. I feel like if I can afford that, I don't have to compromise.
Yeah, you don't have to pick one. Cool. Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, that is. I don't think I've seen that in a house.
No, I've
It's
never
like a
seen that
true
in a
like bar
house.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It's it's an interesting house. I love that. But so like some of like see how the trees are just so far away from the house. None of it's really touching or close. So that's really what you want to do when you're looking at properties. I sold a house up in Black Forest and the trees were just, if they're touching the house or anywhere near, you really want to just, I mean, I hate cutting down trees. Like a part of me dies every time, but if it's going to, burn your house down, then you should probably
Yeah,
cut
it's
it
so
back.
dangerous.
And then see how like the branches are cut down, like there's just like these sad little tops.
Sad little tops.
Do you see that? Like there's not as many
Well, yeah,
branches.
but you have to do that for fire protection.
Yeah.
You'd much rather have the sad little tops than your
No
house burned
house.
down.
Yep.
Yeah, sad little tops. I haven't heard anybody say that before. That's funny.
They just got a little trim, a little haircut. Okay, so what else do we have on
I think one thing we skipped
school?
over was the school district. Yeah, so that it's in District 20. There's an elementary school out there in Black Forest. It's, I think, called Edith Woodford, I believe, is the closest elementary school. And then I'm not sure which I think Pine Creek for high school and Chinook probably for middle school, but it is Academy District 20, which is, we've talked about that district a lot. It's gotten really big, and it's a lot of the communities that we've talked about are in District 20.
Yeah, it's highly rated. Niche gives it
Yeah, it's a sought
a,
after school district. They historically in the Springs, they have higher test scores and better reviews than the others.
yeah, so you can visit this. I like to go to School View and look up, if you're really like super into, because I get a lot of buyers that are really into the activities that they provide and the program that
Hmm.
they have. So if you go, obviously you can go to the school website, but then I'll just go to School View.
Yeah, and Colorado is a choice state, so if you get in early enough, then you can. I think it's usually they start the choice applications in January, um, for a school that you'd like to go to, but they do fill up quickly.
Yeah, so that's important. Like make sure you call because if you do it out of their window, it's very hard almost impossible to get in. They'll just
Yeah,
completely ignore you.
yeah, you have to get in. You have to. They have deadlines, and I believe they start in January, for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, District 49 is February, I believe. But you have a 16-to-1 student teacher ratio. That's amazing. Usually it's like 25-30-1. Like how many kids can we put in a classroom before the teacher just loses it?
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, so dropout rate. I mean, this has so much information, so many data points. I feel like this is the best. But if you want a more user-friendly niche.com, that works just as well too. And obviously call the school and interview the principal. They're more than happy to talk to you or someone on the team. On the staff there will help you because they want to fill up their school. So
Yep.
chronically absent 19%, probably because of the snow.
Chronically absent. Mm. Yeah, so I think, oh, and then also like things to do out there.
Yes.
So
We
we've
talked a
talked,
little bit about that in the beginning.
yeah, so it's the short commute to like Falcon Payton area. It's about 15 minutes there. I would say into Colorado Springs, add another 10-15 minutes to that. But they have a lot of really great trail systems out there. There's Section 16, which is one of my favorites. It's like a 4 mile loop that you go around. And people, they ride their bikes. There's actually horses out there hiking. So it's really family friendly. And then they have another one called the Pinery, which is newer. And the trail system is really nice. But I did get lost out there one time. So make sure you have your map on if you're out there. What else? Oh, the Black Forest Park is pretty close. It's off of Shoop Road. I can't remember what it's actually called. It's not Black Forest Park. I can't remember. But there's three big parks out there with really good trail systems.
Fox Regional Park is one of my favorites.
Fox Run. Oh yeah,
Or
that one's
yeah,
nice.
Fox Run.
Yeah, and then for whatever reason, I'm not sure because I'm not a cyclist, but so many people ride their bikes out there. I think the roads are up and down. I don't know, but there's a lot of cyclists out there.
Yeah. You know, I noticed when I was, because I have a listing in the Broadmoor, it's a very similar neighborhood, just older. Everyone is outside walking their dogs, and everyone has like giant, massive dogs that are like the size of like little bears. They're huge. I've never seen dogs like that before. It's so
Really?
strange. I
Yeah.
wonder if it's because of all of the bears out there. Um,
Yeah, so it's a little bit different out here because there's not neighborhood sidewalks everywhere.
mhm,
So people do have a lot of animals, but they have the acreage, and then they take them out on the parks and stuff. And then the animals kind of they roam around a lot on the acreage. Like we had 5 acres, and everyone's dogs kind of just we're all friends. But so that's one thing that is a little different about living out in Black Forest, Cathedral Pine areas. There's not like normal neighborhood sidewalks like how you would see if you got one of these type of homes in the Broadmoor.
yeah, and so the bike would make sense because you can go a lot further
Yeah, there's tons
with
of people
less.
on their bicycles out there.
Yeah, it's just so peaceful. It's almost like, you're just in the forest, like literally.
Yeah, and it sits like out in Black Forest. It's its own little like community almost. I
Mhm.
mean, everyone looks out for one another. Like when you're driving by, you flash your lights if there's deer or whatever, and everybody waves. It's very nice out there.
Mhm.
I was a big fan. I wish I didn't have to move.
Um, yeah. So I mean, you're really not far from anything. 10 minutes away. If you wanted to go do something more exciting, you can hit up Denver, do some sports games or whatever, major league. And shopping, you can always go to Denver. Everything is really up on the north end because then you have like the North Gate area, which has a ton of stuff to do. I mean, I have a whole video that you can, I'll link it. But Shields right here has a giant Ferris wheel inside. You've got all these restaurants. This is
Get the new amphitheaters over there.
mhm,
Bass Pro. Yeah,
Bass
and I
Pro.
think you're actually, if I remember correctly, you're pretty much in between, within like the same distance of downtown Colorado Springs as you are to like Castle Rock. So Castle Rock has a really great outdoor outlet shopping center. Probably, I think it takes you about the same time to go either or, and then it's not too far off from Denver either.
Yeah, it's the perfect location to be in between Denver and the Springs.
Yeah.
There's also that Great Wolf Lodge right here.
Oh yeah, that place is fun. The
Yeah,
water park is great.
my kids loved it. We did like the big cabin, and so now
Hmm.
even their little memories remember us being at a cabin. I'm like, that was Great Wolf Lodge. That was just up the street.
Yeah, that water park is a lot of fun. We had so much fun going up and down those slides.
Yeah, but my kids, and I don't know if it was because they put too much chlorine in the water, but they never left the water. Like it would like left
Oh,
to sleep and they left to eat and they'd go right back in. But when we left, they had welts all over. Has that
oh
ever
my
happened
gosh.
to you?
No. Mm-mm.
I'm sure, and everybody did. Everyone ended up getting a rash. It was weird. And someone else told me that too, that they had gotten a rash. So I don't know if it's just too
Interesting.
much chlorine, but
Well, I don't know.
yeah, take a break if you do go. They have like this little kid area. It's hard to get kids out of water though.
Oh yeah, it is.
But yeah, really fun. So, and then Overdrive is like a race car driving. Have you done that?
Yeah, the indoor racetrack.
Yeah.
Yep, I've done that. That's also
So,
really fun. I feel like it's kind of expensive, but it is a good time racing cars. I'm like, I always feel like my competitiveness comes out. I always want to win. I gotta go fast. I have a need for speed.
I am traumatized by those because when I was a kid, my hair got stuck in the fan,
Oh
and
my god!
I never wanted to do
What
it
the
again.
heck, Iris?
I don't know what happened. So, anyway, if you have any questions, oh, the Chapel Hills Mall. Malls are not like
I wouldn't even say. I mean, yeah, it's there. It's just it's not as
half the stores are
popular.
like closed down.
They're closed. Yeah, it's not like if you want a good mall shopping, that's Denver. Down here, they don't have that figured out yet.
There's nobody in the mall.
Yeah, no. This used to be the nice mall. I guess it still is the nice mall.
It
I don't
is.
know though. Actually, when I was a kid, I liked to go to the other mall, but it's not busy anymore like it used to be, and all
It's
this a
not the
lot of the
same.
stores. No, the stores have closed, and it's just not as well kept. But maybe one day they'll bring it back. But Denver, like I said, they have the malls.
Yeah. The Castle Rock outlets.
Oh yeah, I love the outlet mall.
I wonder if we can come in here. Oh, we can. So this reminds me of like it's just an outdoor mall. They have these,
Yeah,
every in every big city. Just walk through there and
yeah,
but
I love the stores in there.
if you're coming from Texas, like the our malls were pretty similar. Like they weren't like super fancy, but
Hmm.
they get the job done, I guess.
Yeah, they're not like the. I mean, Denver has the Park Meadows and Cherry Creek malls, and those are a lot more like
They're
a lot
nice.
fancier. Yeah, they're very nice, and they're busy.
Mhm.
I feel like every time I've gone in there, there's always a lot of people in there.
Yep. Cool. Well, I guess if there's no questions, I don't see any in the chat today. Sad. Even if it's just hi, say hi.
Say hi. Yeah.
Um, so that's pretty much it. Every Tuesday we'll be back. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we won't be here for that. But I hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving and let us know if you need any help.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
guys.